Welcome back to Craigleith, Ontario, where the FIS Ski Cross World Cup is back for day 2 of a huge doubleheader here. Current tour leaders are Sandra Naeslund and Reese Howden of Canada. Coming up is the women's semi-final number 1. And they are on course. Great start from Jade Grillet-Albert and Marielle Berger-Sabatel. Hannah Schmidt fighting to get in the mix here into the opening turns of the GS section. It's getting pretty rough and bumpy here. Marielle Berger-Sabatel currently in the lead, followed closely by her teammate Jade Grillet-Albert. Hannah Schmidt putting the pressure on Albert there in third. And Saskia Lark, she's in fourth. Marielle Berger-Sabatel has a commanding lead on the rest of the field here. Looks like it's going to be France 1-2 as we head up to the start for semi-final number 2. And we have semi-final number 2 is off. Fanny Smith has a great start, as well as Sandra Naeslund and Daniela Meyer. Visibility making it pretty challenging entering these GS turns. Looks like Fanny Smith's just turned off the pace a little bit to try and make sure she can enter these turns cleanly. A bit of a mistake there by Sandra Naeslund. An opportunity here for Daniela Meyer and Fanny Smith. Fanny Smith, though, has got some great speed and overtakes Daniela Meyer like she's standing still, even with a mistake there by Fanny Smith as they enter the final Daytona turn. Fanny Smith sitting in second. And it is Sandra Naeslund and Fanny Smith that move into the big final. Here we are, women's small final. Meyer currently in the lead, followed by Saskia Lark, then Talina Gartenbein. Hannah Schmidt is in fourth, as we're going to see Talina Gartenbein try and pass her teammate Saskia Lark here on the Dragon's back. Daniela Meyer is firmly in the lead here and takes out the win. Righto, coming up, it's the women's big final. Sandra Naeslund from Sweden, current tour leader in the red bib from France. Marielle Berger-Sabatel in the blue bib from France, her teammate Jade Grillet-Albert. And in the yellow, yesterday's winner, Switzerland's own Fanny Smith. And we're off with the women's big final here in Craigleith, Canada. Huge start there from Fanny Smith and from Sandra Naeslund. Fanny Smith really dominating from that yellow bib. It is so amazing to see Sandra Naeslund taking the lead early. Marielle Berger-Sabatel holding on to second place ahead of Fanny Smith, who's in third. Jade Grillet-Albert is quietly sitting in fourth, looking for an opportunity to overtake. Berger-Sabatel is putting the pressure on Sandra Naeslund today. Bit of a mistake there from her. Opportunity for Fanny Smith potentially to close the gap on second place there as Berger-Sabatel gets super rotated, entering the step up through the Dragon's back. Sandra Naeslund currently holding on to first place. Marielle Berger-Sabatel sitting in second. Looks like we might have a photo finish for the podium. Sandra Naeslund first. Marielle Berger-Sabatel is in second. Epic, epic day for Sandra Naeslund, who missed out on racing yesterday due to a crash in the qualifying.
With yesterday's race, I was a bit nervous, but yeah, now it feels better to go back home to Sweden and hopefully put on a good show in Gällivare.
There is no stopping Sandra Naeslund from Sweden, who took a win today. Let's have a look at the overall standings in the women's competition.
Sandra!